Astilleros Españoles. Here, large diesel engines are built under license, usually fitted with turbochargers, often BBC turbochargers from ABB. Lorenzo Edelmiro is one of over 400 service engineers of ABB Turbo Systems. This BMW engine will soon be ready for testing. The 15,000 kilowatt engine propels a ship displacing 60,000 tons. The BBC turbocharger has an efficiency of over 70%. It increases the engine output by a factor of 4. BBC turbochargers are #1 in the world. This is how they work. The exhaust gases of the engine drive a turbine which is connected with the compressor impeller by a shaft. The fresh air drawn in is highly compressed before being forced into the combustion chambers. Combustion is improved, the engine develops more power. This model, type VTR, is the most widespread. Its special features are external anti-friction bearings. Advantages: easy access, no problems for service or maintenance. It has its own oil circuit. This means less pollution, highest efficiency. BBC turbochargers. Reliability since 1923. For example, in diesel power stations. Or in refineries, in Europe and around the globe. And most of all, in ships. BBC turbochargers have the largest share of the market worldwide, a clear leading position. Nowadays, turbochargers don't need all the exhaust energy. There is still enough left for a power turbine. It provides up to 5% more power, for instance, applied directly to the driving shaft. That means additional fuel savings. The secret of successful manufacture is keeping automation in line with requirements. Up to now, we have always found the right extent. Proof: our prices are competitive, our delivery dates too. Anyone who produces at this level gains the crucial competitive edge. ABB Turbo Systems responds flexibly to changes of both the market and the technical field. The essential factors: firstly, experience; secondly, tradition; thirdly, consistently updated knowledge of the best combination of man and machine. An obvious case in favor of man: assembling the turbine, the heart of it all. It is exposed to extremes, temperatures up to 700 degrees centigrade, peripheral speeds above 500 meters per second, centrifugal forces, oscillations and vibrations. Inducer and compressor impeller, the Siamese twins of the turbine. They have to meet similar demands. They are shrunk onto microblasted surfaces. Here too, a synthesis of high-tech and personal attention. Downtimes for ships are expensive. That's why BBC turbocharger service is also carried out at sea. The Polytrader, about 1 day's journey from Rotterdam. Yesterday, a turbine breakdown occurred. This morning, 2 ABB service engineers brought a new rotor aboard. But the spare bearing was also damaged. So a new one was ordered right away, by radio. After-sales service, a 24 hours service, Lloyd's index of shipping with over 28,000 files, and our own index full of individual data. For the Polytrader, Engine by Wärtsilä, BBC turbocharger VTR 201. Access to stock data and the ordering system. The prerequisite for our guarantee, orders carried out within 48 hours, in the worst case. Modern logistics are automated. When there are dozens of casings with dozens of components, this is no luxury, but all part of the strategy, to be always ready for future demands. Assembly. Here there is nothing to beat manpower for reliability and flexibility. An important key word, ergonomics. First-class workplaces for first-class products. The employee's personal responsibility for quality vouches for nothing else but quality. In this respect, every BBC turbocharger is an individual, or at least customized workmanship. Of course, there are families, types. This one is a VTR with external bearings, anti-friction bearings. World champion of all classes. The VTC with internal bearings, journal bearings, compact and space-saving, preferred for locomotives. The Type RR, the smallest, lightweight, low-priced, for high-speed engines. Meanwhile, back on the Polytrader, late afternoon. Edwin and Jorp can fit the rotor and then pack up for the day. The new bearing will arrive next morning. The bearing will arrive right on time. ABB never sleeps. And concerning night owls, BBC turbocharger service and Jazz have one thing in common: creative improvisation based on solid standards. This train is over 2 miles long and has 240 wagons and 6 locomotives. It transports iron ore from Mount Newman to Port Hedland. Highly adverse ambient conditions, 50 degrees centigrade in the shade. The diesel engines of Mount Newman Railway are of American origin, from Alco. A retrofit program. The engines are being refitted with BBC turbochargers. Management decided in favor of VTC's 304, strong as an ox and compact.
Hang on, we'll have to take it up a fraction, we caught on the front. Righto, Alf, we'll have to take it.
ABB is entirely independent of engine builders. That's why there is hardly any engine on which a BBC turbocharger would not fit. Not that we never encounter any problems. Even here, the old bed plate was too small and the air outlet discharged directly into the open.
The cooler tube nest doesn't bottom out.
No, see, because we have a stainless steel flexi plate runs down here.
But we have something to be proud of. There has hardly ever been a problem that we were unable to solve. Our application engineers possess a wealth of practical experience, and central office in Baden, Switzerland is only as far away as your nearest phone or fax. Graham Spark knew soon enough how to solve the problem.
Can be swivel, so you can line up with bolt holes, etc.
Well, we got 2 of these in Perth.
Based on the information from Australia, our designers partly redesigned the charger. That's one of our main pillars of success. We are able to satisfy any customer's wishes or needs. Research and development are our guarantee for the future. The task, higher charging pressures with still better efficiencies to save fuel and reduce impact on the environment. We have test beds of all sizes, even very big ones. The laser doubler anemometer, for flow measurements at degrees of accuracy which were previously impossible. The wind tunnel, for research on flow and velocity distribution in air and gas currents. Modal analysis, investigation of natural frequencies, vibration modes, and damping characteristics. Important for the development of equipment free of vibration and noise. From vibration analyses, we can spot points of resonance, which in operation could result in blade fractures. From flow calculations, we can derive optimal blading systems to avoid turbulences. Material technology. Low cycle fatigue tests to determine the elastic plastic behavior of a material. Fatigue tests. Thermal shock tests under an open flame or in glowing zirconium silicate. Simulating the operating conditions of a turbocharger. Hot, cold, hot, cold. For the development of future materials and maximum life of our products. Less than 24 hours ago, the polytrader ordered the spare bearing for the VTR 201. Now she's about 3 hours away from Rotterdam. On board, all clear for landing. The parcel is like a valuable present. It might be worth tens of thousands.
The spare parts. After discharging in Rotterdam, the polytrader will set sail again without delay.
Chris and Graham in Australia are listening to their machine. All okay. The pressure is right. And Lorenzo at AESA in Valencia, Spain, will give the green light for the test run in half an hour's time.